Hiking in Phoenix is probably one of the most popular outdoor activities there is in the city. I'd even say it ranks right up there with golf. You could also say that hiking in Arizona is like equivalent to skiing in Colorado. However, to get the most enjoyment out of your hiking adventure in Phoenix, there's a few things you need to be aware of before you start your hiking adventure. The first thing to be aware of is don't be fooled by the statement it's a dry heat. When planning your hike, 90 degrees, 100 degrees is still hot, even if it's a dry heat. Even 80 degrees can feel oppressive if you're not used to it. The best hiking is October through May. However, October, May, and April too can have 100-degree days. But it's usually nice in the mornings with 60 to 70 degree temperatures, so plan your hike times accordingly. The next suggestion comes from something I witnessed for many years as a hiking guide for a major Phoenix resort. I felt that some, if not many of the guests that signed up for the hiking activity were already dehydrated. This was even before they took their first step onto the trail. This is probably true of the locals as well, but in the case of the hotel guests, many times they had spent several hours the day before on a plane or in a car traveling, had drinks the night before, and coffee in the morning with little or no breakfast. Alcohol and caffeine act as diuretics. Even though you can get away with this diet during the cooler months to some extent, depending on your level of fitness, being well hydrated and well nourished will make for a much better hiking experience, even if you are fit. Which brings me to the next thing you should be aware of. The two most popular hikes in Phoenix, Camelback Mountain and Piestewa Peak, also known as Squaw Peak, are not easy hikes. Camelback Mountain has two trails that go to the top, Echo Canyon Trail on the west side and Cholla Trail on the east side. Echo Canyon is a more renowned trail. Both these trails are rated extremely difficult double black diamond trails. Piestewa Peak has one trail that goes to the top called the Summit Trail. It is rated extremely difficult as well. These trails are steep, rocky, and for some people scary in places. They are fun and I recommend them if you have the fitness. Each trail is a little over a mile to the top, so round trip is anywhere from about 2.25 miles to 2.5 miles. Allow 2 to 3 hours for these hikes. Also note, coming back down will probably take you as long going up. As a matter of fact, I'm usually slower coming down. The locals will usually say Camelback is harder than Piestewa Peak, but if you can do Piestewa Peak, you can probably do Camelback as well. Because these trails are so popular, parking can be an issue on the weekends, especially at Camelback where the parking is more limited. It is less crowded during the week. There are a ton of hiking trails in the Phoenix Mountain Preserve that offer the unique Sonoran Desert experience. These trails are great introductory trails for the visiting Arizona hiker. You can view the big cactus, the rock formations, and if you're lucky enough, even see some of the desert wildlife. The Phoenix Mountain Preserve is located in central Phoenix, about 20 minutes north of the downtown. Though located in the middle of one of the largest metropolitan areas in the country, you can still loop 1 hour to 2 hour hikes in the preserve. On some trail sections, you'll feel like you're in the middle of nowhere and miles from civilization. There are several access points to this large city park, but Piestewa Peak Park is probably the most popular and my personal favorite. Besides the Trot Summit Trail, which is located here, there are several trails that radiate out from the parking lot in different directions, most within view of the Piestewa Peak. I would say most of these trails can be rated as intermediate. These trails are rocky in sections with elevation gain and loss. With a little exploring, you will find some really fun hiking trails. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. See you in the next video.